1884. Potlatch is now banned. The reason? Cultural genocide. Tonight on Chinook TV, we take a look at the lasting effects of the Potlach Ban that lasted from 1884 to 1951, and how choices of the past can affect the future. Also, on tonight's report, we will look at some ways we can solve this problem today.
Long before the coming of the white man, the Kwakiutl people lived along the coastal waters of Western Canada and Vancouver Island. Here they built a rich and virile culture, told in spectacular art and centered on the potlatch giveaway, for generosity brought honor to the giver. On great formal occasions, a chief gathered his wealth and invited guests from many villages. Through days of singing, dancing, and feasting, he lavished canoes, blankets, and other gifts on his guests according to rank. The more he gave, the greater his prestige. Prodded by missionaries, the Canadian government banned the potlatch in 1876. Illegal until 1951, the potlatch was held only secretly and at great risk.
Hello, and good evening. I'm Angelo Xylem, and this is my partner, Pietro Lombardi. Tonight on Chinook TV, we are covering the story in the case of Potlach Ban that happened in the years 1884 to 1951. The potlatch was a gift-giving feast practiced by many of the Aboriginals in Canada. Many important things happened during this ceremony, some of which include redistributing wealth, conferring statuses and ranks upon individuals, and establishing and claiming names. The potlatch also maintained community solidarity and the relationships within and between bands and nations. A great potlatch might last for several days and would involve feasting, spirit dances, singing, and theatrical demonstrations. The ceremony was quite important to the First Nations people of Canada.
Although all this changed in 1884, in an act of cultural genocide and assimilation, the federal government banned the potlatch. The government and its supporters saw the ceremony as anti-Christian. They didn't understand the symbolic importance of the potlatch as well as its communal economic exchange value. This caused a massive downward spiral for the First Nations. For 70 years while the potlatch was banned, the men would go into the bushes and say they were hunting when they were actually going to perform the ceremony. This resulted in ceremonies being practiced with only men in attendance while the women stayed at home.
By the time the ban was repealed in 1951, traditional Indigenous identities had been damaged and social relationships were disrupted. However, the ban did not get rid of the potlatch completely. It still exists various communities today.
We will now go to a live potlatch that we were graciously invited to. Please enjoy. In order to show you what a traditional potlatch looks like firsthand, we've been graciously invited by the local Aboriginal community to watch and record their most recent ceremony.
As you can see here, this was a crucial part of the First Nations culture and should be embraced in today's society.
Now, we'll let you watch a bit of it, and we'll be back at the studio. We'd like to give another thank you to those who invited us and those who were involved in the potlatch we attended. We hope it gave you a new perspective on the potlatch and opened your eyes to the importance of it.
I'm sure you're wondering what you can do to help the lasting effects the potlatch ban has caused on today's Aboriginal community. Different things we can do at our school include hosting a potlatch during flex period to any of those who would like to watch.
Raising awareness for damage that the ban has caused today, through posters or just talking about it.
Inviting guest speakers to the school to talk about the effects of the ban and the importance of the potlatch.
And having discussions during classes.
All this is very important when it comes to healing the wounds the potlatch has caused to today's Aboriginals.
I hope that you learned a thing or two about the potlatch ban and you made an attempt at healing the wounds it has caused in our community. That's all for Chinook TV tonight. Have a great evening, folks.
I'm Angelo Xylem. This is Pietro Lombardi, signing off.
Good night.
I think that was pretty good. Keep going.
See you tomorrow.
See you back at the studio.
How are the kids?
Good, family.